Hello, it's Scott this week. Becca has the day off today. I'm going to start going through our really released comics for the week of July 29th, 2020. We've got Spawn, which has multiple covers, as they usually do. Sleeping Beauties number 2 has come out. Nobody Returns number 3. Always have kind of off-putting covers there, but don't judge a book by its cover. Obviously, we got new issue of Power Rangers here. Number 50 was a pretty big issue and had a lot of fallout in it. New characters, some characters return. So this is probably a good place to start jumping on. As you can tell, they already switched over to the later season versions of the Yellow and Black Ranger. And Tommy's obviously the White Ranger now. Newest issue of Firefly. Everyone that loves that Joss Whedon classic. From Valiant, we got Dr. Tomorrow, issue 4. The Boys, Dear Becky, number 3. Obviously, this is a sequel to The Boys. This is the most recent series in that. I probably shouldn't flip through it. I know it's not necessarily family friendly. Obviously, season 2 for the new season on Amazon Prime comes out soon. So I think we still have issues 1 and 2. So there's plenty of opportunity to catch up on what's going on with the boys right now. Newest issue of Bleed Them Dry, number 2. I know the first issue came out while we were all in lockdown. But it's the future cyberpunk vampires ninja story, which is pretty cool. Latest issue of Black Magic. I think that's it for Indie, so we're going to move over to Marvel. Now, not to be confused with Empire X-Men, this is X-Men number 10, which is an Empire tie-in. So it's just the next issue of X-Men, but there's stuff related to Empire in it. I believe, since it's a war in space that's coming to Earth, the X-Men live both, in Earth and in space. And I know the Summers family specifically, obviously they're all over the cover here, since they live on the moon, are kind of on the front lines for that. Got X Factor number 1, new number 1. I believe this book, the concept for this book, the X-Men have recently conquered death. So this is, I believe, a team made up of characters who have died either recently or in a while ago. That's more about that. I believe he's from X-Statix there, which is pretty cool. Flip through this one real quick. Not sure if I like the art or not. It's got things I like, but I'm also notoriously not an X-Men fan. But yeah, so that's X Factor. Got Symbiote Spider-Man Alien Reality number 5. The alternate 80s stories where Spider-Man still had his symbiote, although now it looks like they might be splitting up soon. Darth Vader number 3 finally came out. I know it was one of the many books that was delayed because of the quarantine. But yeah, so Padme's back or something? I guess you have to read the book to find out. Spider-Man Noir number 2, again, also had a long delay from issue 1, which we have plenty of because that one came out while comic book stores were on lockdown because we're not as essential as grocery stores. Iron Man 2020 number 5, since Marvel can't get enough events. This is more of a contained Iron Man-y type thing. Also Cohen's, going alongside Empire as well, which Iron Man's also in. Empire Savage Avengers number 1. It's first issue of 4, I believe, 4 or 6. Again, just tie-ins to Savage Avengers, or tie into Empire rather, featuring the Savage Adventures, which has Conan the Barbarian in it. So if you want to know what he would do against like a united Kree and Skrull army, because that was what we've all been begging for, the answer for years. Empire Captain America, unlike X-Men, this one's just its own side thing, not in an issue of Captain America. And again, since he's part of the Avengers, he's on the front lines for the Empire event. Oh, and then speaking of Empire, we left that one upside down. Empire number 3, this seems to be coming out weekly now. But obviously it's the next issue of Marvel's current flagship event. And we have quite a few of them, so that's Captain Marvel number 15, 18. Captain Marvel 18, again, another Empire tie-in. Marvel loves its stuff. Cable, he's now a teenager, a version of him from his future. It's his past, but our future came back in time, killed the Cable we know, and now is dating, I believe it's the Cuckoos, where they have like a hive mind, so he's dating all the ladies at once. Amazing Spider-Man Sins Rising starts from this issue. Last week we had the Sins Rising Prelude came out, which we still have some copies of. So this is a good time to jump on Spider-Man. This Nick Spencer run has been very, very good. It's been one of the first times in a long time I've enjoyed Spider-Man, now that Dan Slott is no longer writing it. Which I have nothing against that guy, it's just he doesn't write a Spider-Man I particularly like. All right, we'll move over to DC. We got him on time this week. Hopefully this continues to be a trend that they do with us. Wonder Woman 759. But, I grabbed too many. We also got Suicide Squad number 7. Red Hood Outlaw 47. Plunge, the latest Joe Hill book, number 5. I think this one's only got one more issue. I know some of the Hill House books have started to end, so they'll probably be collected in trade paperback soon. Legion of Superheroes number 7. Got Hellblazer number 8. And then Batman Superman number 10. I almost said Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, which is no good, not what that book's called. There's also a new volume of previews this week. On one side, it's got the new Alternation comic book, toy line, hybrid crossover thing. And then the other side's got, the newish Fantastic Four number 25. And apparently there shall come a reckoning, which will be hopefully lasting. But we're going to go over trades real fast, but, it's free comic book summer, so we've got the new issues this week. Let's see. Got Batman Overdrive, which is, a good all-ages book, and then the other side is Batman Tales Once Upon a Crime. So you get a couple of Batman stories for the kids. There's also some previews of some of their other kid-friendly graphic novels. Got a reprint of The Boys number 1 again. It's going to be on, new season's coming out on Prime. So get you a chance to see how it started for free here. And then Stranger Things from Dark Horse also has Minecraft in it. So you get to see what kind of stuff the Scoops Troop got into after the events of Season 2. And then, I don't know anything about Minecraft. This girl's got a Minecraft block in her head, and I think a creeper comes and blows up. I don't know what's going on in it. I just know everything I know about Minecraft. I pick it up via osmosis. I've never played the game, but I'm sure if someone knows the source material, they'll be very into this one. All right, so then we've got kids graphic novels. Cookie and Broccoli Ready for School. I believe this is like a world populated by like sentient foods. Sorry. Yeah, so it's kind of there to teach kids about like what to expect when they go to school for the first time and kind of how to make friends and stuff. Sorry, the book's a little stiff. Then we got some more little golden books. We got the ABCs of Pokemon. So it goes down the alphabet, featuring Pokemon of like, P is for Pikachu, M is for Mimikyu, V is for Vulpix, stuff like that. Very cute. I'm sure kids will get a kick out of it. And then, we've got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles little golden book. Obviously a personal favorite of mine. They went with the 80s designs for everything. Just kind of a general, like, here's how you read kind of book. Nothing major. It's not edutainment like the Pokemon one is. But still very cool. Little golden books are only $5 and perfect for very young readers. So, I'm sure a lot of us had little golden books growing up. I know I did. But I didn't have anything as cool as Pokemon and Ninja Turtles. I would have really enjoyed those. Book 4 of Zero's Journey from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I believe this is the end of it, or it's almost the end. I know the series is coming to an end soon. I flipped through this month's previews a little bit, and I know there's like a big collected edition eventually coming out. So there's that. And the Stranger Things All Ages book. Find out what happened with those bullies from Season 1 during Season 2. I know they end up fighting some Demodogs in it. Wonder Pony. It's a original graphic novel about a girl who gets superheroes, and she's got like a My Little Pony looking sidekick, and by that I mean like the classic 80s style ones. Now here we are on the regular adult graphic novels. Volume 3 of The Adventure Zone, Pedals to the Metal. It's like a Mad Max type adventure in a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons campaign. For those who don't know, the adventure is owned by the McElroy family. It's based on a podcast they do where they play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, and these are the adaptations of their adventures. Very cool, very, very funny. It's one of my favorite podcasts. I haven't had a chance to read the new manga yet, or the new graphic novel yet, but this was probably my favorite arc in their campaign, and we got a couple of those. Speaking of D&D podcast, Critical Role Vox Machina Origins Volume 2. Critical Role is another 5th edition D&D podcast. I know this one, that podcast specifically, Wizards of the Coast has made actual D&D rules for, so you can play with all of the stuff that they invented for that. The last issue of Christopher Priest's Deathstroke has finally come out. Deathstroke R.I.P. Marvelverse Captain America. The Marvelverse books, they've been taking a lot of like reprints from different eras of these characters. Like you can see some of the old school stuff in here, some more modern stuff, just to kind of give a slice of what the character's been like throughout Marvel history. And Captain America's most recent one. I know the one they did before this was Black Widow. They've done Thanos and Black Panther and Miles Morales, and I'm sure they'll do like regular Spider-Man and Wolverine. The new ultra thick compilations for Miss Marvel's come out. This one's number 3 for it. They've been doing a lot of these with their more all ages, or at least more all age appropriate books. They've been releasing them. I think they're like 12 issues for like $12. So they're a pretty good deal if you haven't caught up on them. This one, Miss Marvel ends up teaming up with a lot. That's why it's called Miss Marvel Meets the Marvel Universe. She ends up teaming up with a lot of characters like Wolverine and Spider-Man during this era. Ronan Island Volume 2, Greg Pak's Boom trade. First volume was very, very cool. A bunch of outcasts from various Asian countries are forced to live on one island together. So it's like got Japanese, Ronan Japanese, and I know I think Korean characters, and I know it's I'm not familiar enough with that stuff to speak on it knowledgeably, but it's very cool. Spawn Vengeance, I believe this is the stuff leading up to Spawn number 300. Yeah, so right down here we can kind of see that's leading up to that. So it's the history of Spawn, kind of priming everyone for Al Simmons' return in 300. Sequel to Spider-Verse, Spider Zero. This one stars Miles as the main character, and obviously team up a lot of the other Spider people throughout the multiverse. You can see some familiar faces there and some new. The best one is Spider-Man, which is Aunt May if she was Spider-Man. Very cool. The Rise of Kylo Ren. I'm sure this was supposed to come out months ago, but because of quarantine, it's come out now. But yeah, so it's just kind of Kylo's origin, which you have to get in comic book form because they didn't bother to put that in the movies. I know, throwing lots of shade at that. And then Walking Dead: The Alien. It's a side story, takes place in the Walking Dead universe. I know this was originally print. I think this is the first time it's in print. It was originally like a web series, I believe. Probably says it on the back. Blah 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 blah. Well, it doesn't say it, but this description on our web store says it because I know it's in the solicitation. All right, and then last but not least, we've got our new manga. We've got Beastars Volume 7. I know it's a very popular manga and anime series. Grand Blue Fantasy number 5. High Score Girl Volume 3. Oops. Levius Est Volume 5. Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt Volume 14. Ruby Volume 1. I think we got a bunch of those. And then Soul Eater, they started reprinting like deluxe editions called Perfect Editions. So they're like big and oversized hardcovers. So it's good for people that are into Soul Eater. I believe this one's number 1. So this one just started coming out. So this will be a new way they have of collecting this series. But that's it for the comics this week. If any of these sound interesting and up your alley, you can either come into the store. We're open 11 to 7. Or buy them on our web store, shoplevelup.com. And then we can get them either sent straight to your house via shipping, or we can do some curbside pickup. Whatever is most comfortable and works best for you. So until next time, guys, signing out.